Let us finally talk about the history of Benin and the history of Lagos. What relationship does the Benin people or the Edo people of the Benin Kingdom, what relationship do they have with Lagos State, and when did it start? This is a very, very relevant thing to discuss because almost 2 years ago, around November 26, 2023, the Oba of Benin ignited a huge controversy about the early history of Lagos State. He did so by making the claim that the Edo people of the Benin Kingdom were the founders of Lagos. Now we will go about this very respectfully because the crown on the head of the Oba of Benin originated from Ile-Ife, and much of the history that I'll be sharing in this video are actually according to the professor and authority when it comes to Yoruba history, Professor Banji Akintoye. So the Oba of Benin, in an admirably polished speech, made this statement that Lagos was founded by Benin, that Benin founded the nucleus of Lagos, and also that Benin founded the origin of Lagos. I am quoting him verbatim. So what we are going to do now is to just lay out the history of Lagos, the most ascertained history of Lagos according to the backings of archaeology and historical records, and also from the traditions of the Yoruba and Edo peoples. Now, the first settlers of the place known as Lagos today are the Awori people, and this peopling of this place happened many centuries ago. The Awori people are a subgroup of the Yoruba people. One commonly known thing about the Yoruba people is that we are an ethnic group with many subgroups and with different dialects of the same language. This dialect is one of the only few things that differentiate us. But as I have said, the dialects are only variations of the same parent language. The Igbomina, Ijesha, Ekiti, Akoko, Owo, Ife, Oyo, Egba, Ibarapa, Yewa, Ketu, Ijebu, Ikale, Awori, Ilaje, Ishekiri, Anago, Popo. These are all subgroups of the Yoruba people. The mention of Ishekiri is not by mistake. The Ishekiri are actually a sister of the Yorubas, or brothers if you like. Now, what about the Edo people? Many of us are of the misconception that the Edo are actually a subgroup of the Yoruba, but that is very, very far from the truth. The Edo people are not a subgroup of the Yoruba. They are not Yoruba at all. The Edo are a totally different ethnic group entirely. We've got nothing in common. They are a separate people, a separate nation, just as the Nupe, the Igala, the Hausa, and the Igbo people are separate peoples or nations entirely. The Edo homelands and the homelands of the Awori subgroup of the Yoruba are not contiguous. In fact, between the Edo territories and the territories of the Awori people, there lie a group of Yoruba nations such as Ishekiri, Owo, Ondo, Ijebu, and what have you. According to the best knowledge of history from archaeology, the Awori people have settled in their present location since 6000 BC. That is about 8,000 years ago. They settled with the Ijebu subgroup to their immediate east and northeast, and also with the Ilaje and the Kale and Ishekiri still further to their east. The Awori settled in the coastal forest area consisting of coastal forests and coastal islands. Their most inland group of settlements was located in a place called Ota, and another group of their settlement lived in Isheri, just a few distance from Ota. Another group existed at what later became known as Ebute Meta along the lagoon. Please take note of all of these things I'm saying because they are very important. We are trying to establish something. And then another group of the Awori people settled on the Ido Island. Now, the largest island where they settled is the one currently known today as the Lagos Island. And finally, the Awori people also settled along the coast all the way down to Badagry. Badagry is a place peopled by Awori and Egun people. Now, in about the 9th century AD, a very important revolution started at Ife, and over the next 6 centuries, this revolution swept through the whole of Yoruba land. This revolution resulted in the breaking apart of many ancient Yoruba kingdoms and also in the creation of new kingdoms all over Yoruba land. Small settlements became unified kingdoms, and then before long, the Yoruba land was turned into into a country of many kingdoms, many proud kingdoms, or you may say nations. This made Yoruba land at that time the most urbanized territory in the whole of Africa, and also one of the most urbanized countries in the whole of the world. This kingdom creating revolution also affected the Awori group, and before long a separate Awori kingdom was created in Ota. Another one was created at Isheri, and another one in Lagos Island. Historians believe that this happened in the 11th century AD. Now, something very crucial happened in the 12th century AD. According to the traditions of both the Yoruba people and the Edo people, who were neighbors of the Yoruba in the southeastern forest, sent to the Oba of Ife, the Ooni of Ife, for help. Their problem was that their Edo country was being disrupted by conflicts. Oranmiyan went to Edo, he fought for them and subdued the people causing problems there, the several warring groups among the Edo people. And then after that, he created the Benin kingdom, a kingdom just like the Ife kingdom. Oranmiyan, a Yoruba prince from Ile-Ife, ruled Benin for so many years. This is the period that gave birth to the similarities shared by the Edo and Yoruba people today. This is why their king till this day is still being called Oba. Oba is a Yoruba word. This is why they bear similar names like us, the Yoruba people. This is why we find in the land of the Edo people Orisha such as Ogun and Olokun and what have you. These are the Orisha of Yoruba people. The Edo people till this day call their mother Yeye or Iye. This is a Yoruba word as found in names such as Iyetunde, Iyewande, and what have you. This was the period that gave birth to the similarities between the Yoruba chieftaincy system and that of the Edo people. Before a person is crowned king in Edo land, certain things must first be done in Ile-Ife. And even after the death of an Edo king, the authority of Ile-Ife is never bypassed. Words such as Uwa in names such as Adesuwa, names like Alonge, Akeredolu that is being born today by Edo people. This was the period that led to all of that. Now, after ruling the Edo people for some years, Oranmiyan later decided that it was better if Edo was ruled by an Edo person and not him who was a foreigner. So Oranmiyan and the Edo elders therefore installed a young son born to Oranmiyan by one of his Edo wives as king of the Edo people. That young king was named Eweka. Please pardon my pronunciation if it is not good enough. This Eweka is the progenitor, the ancestor of all the kings of Benin till this day. Eweka was a son of Oranmiyan, and Oranmiyan was a descendant of Oduduwa, and that is why till this day the kings of Benin are counted among the sons of Oduduwa. Now back to Lagos, back to the Awori people. The earliest non-Awori people to trade with the Awori people were the Ilajes. In fact, according to the traditions, the Ilajes were the pioneer leaders when it comes to trading on the Yoruba coasts. Later, the Ijebu traders, followed by the Kale traders, and then Egun and Ago before the turn of the Awori. The coastal trade had existed long before European explorers came here. Now, when the European explorers came here, the Lagos port attracted them very greatly. By the 1550s, Lagos had become a massive commercial center, far more developed than other Yoruba subgroups, and even more than the Benin, who had overtaken the Ishekiri in dealing with the Europeans. The Benin kingdom had also prospered, but not up to Lagos, because Lagos was attracting 70% or more of all the trades happening on the coast. Nearly all European traders traded in Lagos. This attracted traders into Lagos, and also, of course, the Edo people. Many Edo traders were now coming into Lagos, and before long, Lagos became very popular in Edo land. The rulers of the Benin kingdom responded by embarking on an attempt to actually seize control of the booming trade in Lagos. In the year 1603, the Oba of Benin sent a considerably large military force into Lagos. Fortunately, European leaders present at the time kept record of all of these events. The background was that a succession dispute was going on between two princes of the Awori kingdom. The Benin decided to back one against against the other. The prince, backed by the Benin, became successful, and therefore Lagos Island became a vassal state of the Benin people. This prince, backed by the Benin, was named Asipa, and to seal his relationship, to further cement his relationship with the Benin people, he declared himself as an adopted son of the Oba of Benin. Some traditions also have it that this Asipa man actually also married an Edo woman to cement that relationship with the Benin people. Asipa was then crowned the Oba of Lagos, and because of the constant opposition he faced, he kept on needing the military support of the Benin people. Lagos at this time was filled with a lot of Benin military men, which was what led to Lagos being called Eko, a word in the Edo language that means a camp, like a military camp. So this Oba of Lagos, with his leading group of Awori supporters, started proclaiming himself as a prince from Benin, and this is the origin of the claim today that the Benin Kingdom is the origin or founders of the Oba of Lagos. The tradition that the Oba of Benin proudly proclaimed on November 26, 2023. But the Benin Kingdom never really fully succeeded in capturing Lagos like that. In fact, as business continued to boom in Lagos, business declined in Edo, and other problems contributed to the weaknesses of the Benin Kingdom in these centuries. The Benin Kingdom never recovered until they were eventually conquered by the British in 1897. To summarize all of this, it is indisputable that the Awori are a subgroup of the Yoruba people, and that they are in no way at all related to the Edo people of Benin. These Awori people were the earliest settlers on the Lagos Island and its neighboring forests. And in the 17th century, an Awori Oba chose to describe himself, or was forced to describe himself, as a Benin prince. Till this day, the descendants of this Oba that later became an Edo prince still regard themselves as Edo people. This is the true history of Benin and Lagos. It is long overdue, but finally it is here. If you have other opinions, please share them in the comments. If you think there are some subtractions to be done and additions also, please share them in the comments. I am open to your views and contributions. Let us express ourselves very respectfully and also in such a way that others may learn. Thank you very much for watching till this point. Anticipate more interesting stories in the future. Remember to subscribe to this channel, to like our videos, and also share them very aggressively so that it may reach others also, and that they may see what we do. Till we meet again, remain assured of the fact that indeed, Washiri.